and we will get going. Yes. Shubha is in the waiting room.
Yeah, okay.
Hi Sanjay. Hi Hari.
Disabled.
Oliver. Okay, great. Amna. Okay, great. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay. Excellent. Should we start?
Yes. Everybody in? Yes. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so welcome and very warm welcome to all of you for our first meeting at the 10 Crore Clubbers. For quick introduction, the 10 Crore Club is a club for aspiring 10 crorers, for inspiring people who are like-minded people who want to build wealth the right way, doing the right things. And in this club, we're looking at creating coaches, mentors, cheerleaders, and friends who will egg us along the journey to create this kind of wealth. So we're looking to learn, we're looking to get inspired, we're looking to share, we're looking at taking action, holding each other accountable, supporting challenges, and celebrating successes. So thank you very much for joining. I look forward to knowing all of you in person in just a little while. But just before getting there, it's okay if you don't put your videos on, but when you called out, just unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Okay, so just to give you a little background, in this club, we live by these 9 principles. We spend intentionally in our family, we work as a team, we save as a pessimist and invest as an optimist. We keep our promises and reach our goals. We eat healthy, we exercise, we take adequate rest. We take responsibility for our decisions and our destiny. Our children are responsible with money. We are filled with gratitude for whatever we have, and we give generously without any expectations. So these are principles we live by in the 10 Crore Club. So I hope we have all of you on board on this one. So how about we say hello to each other? Would that make sense? How about we just say hello to each other? I'm going to stop sharing, and I'd like for you to unmute yourself and just give me 3 data points. Is that okay? Because the idea is I'm hoping that you'll all look at going the long-term journey, and if you're going to spend some more time with each other, won't it be fun to know each other? What do you think? Yeah? Know each other? Okay, so let's just go. Let me call out a name. Please unmute yourself and introduce yourself. So just tell me 3 things, right? So tell me what your name is, where you are from, and in one word, why the 10 crore goal is important to you. What does it mean to you, right? So let me start with going first. My name is Bhuvna Sriram. I am from Thane near Mumbai. 10 crore clubs is important to me because it gives me freedom. Okay, is that okay? Is that format all right? Is that okay? You can all put in your chat box your if you have a point of view. Is that okay? Perfect. Okay, Krishna. Okay, shall we go? Harsha.
So, very good afternoon to everyone. Hey, Bhuvna, super great initiative of 10 Crore Clubbers. So, as you all see, my name is Harsha Garg. I am from Delhi, and why this club is important for me is 10 crores means freedom. So that's what.
Great, freedom. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Harsha. Anand Agrawal.
Yeah, I'm Anand Agrawal. I'm based in Silvassa.
Okay.
10 crore is important for me because I can leave some legacy for my children.
Wow. Okay. Legacy for your children. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anand. Looking forward to knowing you more. Sai, can we hear you?
Yeah. Hi, myself Sai from Chennai. Thanks, Bhuvna, for initiating this. And 10 crore, you know what? I don't like this 10 crore. I want one more zero to it.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping that soon it will happen.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, I'll say 100 crore is freedom for me.
Freedom
for me, for my family, everyone.
Amazing. Okay, isn't that awesome? Amrita, can we know you, Amrita?
Hi, this is Amrita from Mumbai.
Yeah.
And 10 crore for me means financial security and freedom.
Yes, security and freedom. That's amazing. Thank you, Amrita. Thanks. That's amazing. Ninad Patil. Ninad, are you there? We come back to Ninad in a little while, can we? Himanshu Kapadia.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. And really
Hi.
excited to be part of this club.
Excellent.
So, my name is Himanshu Kapadia. I am from Kandivli West,
Okay.
Mumbai. And 10 crore is important because the kind of contribution what I'm looking at, to building a community house for my the near and dear ones would be possible. That's the reason.
Will be
Thank you.
possible? Great.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you. Thank you, Himanshu. Look forward to knowing you more. Krishna.
Hi.
Hi.
So this is Krishna from Hyderabad. So 10 crore club, the main intention is to achieve financial freedom because that helps you to do whatever you want to without worrying about money. So that's the main goal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without worrying about money. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Krishna. Deepa Bide.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Deepa.
Hi, I'm from Thane. Yes, very near to your location.
Yes.
Okay, 10 crore means fulfilling dreams and freedom.
Fulfilling dreams and freedom. Amazing. Thank you. Hitesh Daftari. Hitesh ji, can you hear me?
No, he's on mute.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
I'm Hitesh Daftari
Yeah.
from Mulund, Mumbai.
Yep.
10 crore means financial freedom for me.
Okay. Financial freedom for most of us. Amazing. Great. Mukesh Jitani.
I am Mukesh Jetani from Gujarat, Rajkot, and 10 crore is my financial freedom.
Financial freedom for you. Okay. Great. Sandeep Budrani is already financially free. Now I hope he's going to say something more interesting. What does it mean for you, sir?
Well, 10 crore means a stepping stone for 100 crore. The
Oh.
next step, basically.
Great. Okay. So that already makes 2 people in the 100 crore club. Welcome, Sandeep ji. Sandeep Budrani, where are you from?
Thank you. I am from Pune,
Pune.
and I have a business in powder coating here in Pune, and in Dubai we are supplying to hotels and facilities management.
Excellent. Thank
I'm
you.
a partner in 2 companies. Basically.
Superb. Thank you, Sandeep ji. Prabhakar Rao.
Good afternoon. I am
Hi.
Prabhakar Rao from Bangalore.
Okay.
Previously, 1 crore was big amount. Nowadays, due to inflation, 10 crores has become 10 crores is required to get financial freedom.
Correct.
So I want to achieve financial freedom.
Excellent. Thank you. Great. Amazing. Okay. So Amrita, we spoke to Madhavan. Madhavan? Yes. Madhavan Rangaswamy. Okay. So let's come back to him just a little while. He looks like he's unmuted, but yeah, let's learn from him in a little while. If you can speak with Hindi English combination. Okay. Okay. I'll try Mukesh. My Hindi is very poor. Okay, Ujjwal. Let's go, Ujjwal.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Ujjwal Siria. I'm from Hawaii, and I'm Bhumna's fan. And what 10 crore club means to me is freedom, and more than freedom, discipline. If I can create a wealth of 10 crores, I know I can definitely create 100 crores.
Wow, it's a matter of achievement, right? Great. Thank you. Superb, Ujjwal. Thank you very much. Swaminathan.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Fine. 10 crore for me is something different. I'm not behind money, but money makes everything.
Okay. Okay. What does it mean to you in just one word?
Yeah. It's freedom for finance.
Freedom for finance. Okay. Amazing. Thank you. Freedom to make decisions, freedom for anything. Great. Shubhdeep.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is
Thank
Shubhadeep
you.
Datta calling from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad.
So I'm really, yes. So 10 crore means financial freedom. And I would like to share that that particular amount is aligned to my goals.
Okay.
So financial goals as well. So
Great. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shubhadeep. Nice to see you. Jacob. JJ.
Afternoon, I'm Jacob Jose here. I'm from Kerala, Kottayam, near Kottayam. And yeah, my intention is to create financial freedom. First to be in the 10 crore league and then take it from there. Thank you.
There's a race now. Now he wants to be first there. Great. Okay, Prakash. Okay, Prakash.
Hi, Buna.
Hi.
Thank you for keeping the energy high. I am Prakash Abraham. I am from Mumbai. I run a company called Spectrum Healthcare. We are into, as the name indicates, we are into healthcare and corporate healthcare. Can you hear me?
Yes. What does the 10 crore mean to you?
Our vision is to create 10 crores because it's a state of mind, the state of abundance. So when you reach the state of mind, that is good for me as well as I can serve the society by making more and more wealth. That is my goal.
Great. Okay. Be a blessing. Great. Thank you, Prakash. I wish all your dreams come true. Vijay Topu.
Hi, everybody. Good to have all of us here. Freedom for me. I'm from Gurgaon.
Okay.
And 10 crore club means two things to me. One is peace. The second is the freedom for me and my family to do anything and everything. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Harsh Shivhare. Okay, Harsh has got something to share with us today as well. Harsh, quickly. We're going to be a little quick about this, guys. So just 1, 2, 3, like that. Yes, go on.
I heard this side from Mumbai. 10 crore means to me freedom to follow my passion and take care of my family well.
Super. Thank you. Thank you. Amna.
Hi, Bhuvana. Hi, everyone. Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Amna.
10 crore club means a lot of discipline and challenging myself to continue with that discipline. Of course, it's a dream. And I work at L'Oreal. So that's all about me. And I'm from Pune.
Yes, Amna from Pune. Great. Thank you. Jay Venkatesh. Jay? Okay. Okay. Sanjay, Jay, I'm going to come back a little while. Sanjay?
Yeah, I'm Sanjay from Mumbai.
Yeah.
And 10 crore means gives me lots of choices. I'm able to own my time.
Own your time. Wow, that's brilliant. Yeah, thank you so much. There's one more Sanjay here, Sanjay Sinha. Let's go to Sanjay Sinha as well.
Okay.
Sanjay Sinha from Ahmedabad. 10 crore means financial freedom as well as I want to leave legacy for my next generation.
Wow. Okay, how inspiring. Thank you so much, Sinha. Rajiv Kumar. Rajiv.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Rajiv.
Hi, I'm Rajiv Kumar Sahu. I'm from Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. And 10 crores for me, I want to generate a passive income for me. And this club means this meeting or this 10 crore club will give me I just wanted to get associated with the like-minded people. Those means to achieve things.
Superb. Be with the right group. Great. That's amazing. Thank you. Meda. Meda. Yes,
Can you
Meda.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Meda.
Yeah, Medha from Mumbai. Good afternoon, everyone. 10 crore for me is financial freedom. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Meda. Ramesh Karpusam.
Hi, this is Ramesh from Coimbatore.
Okay.
As much as I would like to come up with any other explanation, any other words, the only thing that comes to my mind is freedom.
Freedom.
So,
Correct.
it sounds it's freedom.
That's interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Ramesh. Freedom being, the repeat concept here. Oliver.
Hi, this is Oliver from Bangalore. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah, great. So for me, this club primarily is a very important milestone in the long wealth term creation which I aspire to have. So, it's meeting up with like-minded people to ensure that I meet those goals at various milestones.
Super. Thank you. Thank you, Oliver. It's a milestone for many people. Great. And a destination for a few people. Amazing. Shubha? Shubha Vijay.
Hi, yeah, you're able to hear me, Bona?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Shubha and I'm from Chennai. And for me, this club means responsibility for my own financial growth and, of course, freedom. Thank you.
Responsibility, challenge, amazing. Sriram? From the next room. Sriram, come on.
I was thinking you're not going to call my name at all. Okay. So I'm sitting in the adjacent room to where Bona is. To me, this particular club means that, I can live my life guilt-free, and I'm essentially an extremely lazy person. And I would love to do nothing without having the need for continue to work for something else that I don't really particularly enjoy. So I think this particular club will enable me to reach to a point where I wouldn't have to worry about finance. I know she has to mention one word, but basically it'll enable me to live my life guilt-free.
Great. Live life guilt-free. Amazing. Thank you. Harish. Come on, Harish Menon.
Hey, hi, Bhuvna, everybody. 10 crores would probably mean for me a lot of animal shelters all across the country.
Wow. You touch my heart,
you.
Harish. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tanvi from Missouri. Tanvi. Okay, we're going to hear more of Tanvi today. Sendil.
Hi, Bona. This is Sendil here from Chennai. 10 crores for me is peace.
Say the peace. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. JD.
Hi, my name is Jay. I'm from Pondicherry. 10 crore means a lot, like not just for my family, but also to share with others.
Thank you. Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Avni. Avni Mehta.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Avni.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, 10 crore means creation of wealth, and this club will, I'm expecting to get insights and meaningful learning just to create wealth for myself and family. Thank
Yes.
you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Avni. Vikrant Arora.
Hey, Bhuvna, hope you're doing well. 10 crore, that number statement just got me curious. That's about it. Thank you.
Just got you curious? Okay, great. Okay, good. That's a great starting point. Reena Saxena. Hi, Reena.
Yeah, hi. 10 crore means it takes care of my lifestyle needs while I go and teach others how to create that 10 crores. I'm into financial education.
Great. Thank you. Welcome to the club, Reena. Sumit Kataria. Sumit Kataria. Okay, we catch him. Namita Malik. Namita, are you here? Namita?
Hello,
Yeah, hi.
everyone. I've just joined in, so I'm a little lost. But for me, the 10 crore club is what I believe is what you're asking is what it means to us, right?
Right.
So what I assume is wealth, how to be, wealthy, and how to take care of your wealth.
How to take care of your wealth? Okay, great. Okay, interesting. Let's learn more about it. That's interesting. Ketan Lodaya.
Hi, Bhuvna. Hope you're doing well.
Well, thanks, Ketan.
Yeah, for me, 10 crores means better informing my financial future and freely volunteering.
Freely wandering?
Volunteering.
Freely volunteering. Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, freely volunteering. That's amazing. Thank you, Ketan. Ramesh, Oliver, Shubha. Did I miss anyone? Sendil, Avni, Vikrant, Priya. Yes, Priya. Priya Shiv. Priya, are you there?
Hi, Bhuvna. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. Go on. Okay, she's muted herself. Priya from Dubai. Okay, Sarita Narang.
Yeah, hi, Bhuvna. I attended your talk on Mind Parachute, I think a day before.
Okay.
And for me, you know, I being a doctor, a medical professional for last 14 years, honestly, I have never got introduced to these numbers, these figures. So that title only attracts me. And basically, I want to understand the thought process of these people, which you say this 10 crore club, risk-taking capacity. It's like something which appeals me. What makes them reach there? So like I always say, doctors stay student for lifetime. So maybe I'm a student here and I learn more.
Great.
Yeah.
Curiosity, amazing. An opportunity to learn. Good.
Yeah.
Puneet Kaushal.
Yeah, hi. Hi everyone. Hi Bhuvna. 10 crores means a lot. It will take care of all the security needs for me, and then probably whatever I learn, I can use that to explore the world and explore myself.
That's perfect.
So yeah.
That's just perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Puneet.
Thank you.
Tanvi, are you there? Can we catch you? No. Okay, great. Madhavan, did we speak to Madhavan? He seems unmuted, but he isn't speaking to us. Madhavan?
Yes,
Madhavan,
my network will just get better in 10 minutes.
Sorry, can anybody hear him? I can't. Can we come back on the Satya Nagula?
Hello, hi Bhuvna.
Hi, Satya. Yes.
Hi. So yeah, so 10 crore club for me is wealth creation, and it would be a foundation for my next generation as well. And more importantly, getting to know the financial discipline, because I don't think so 10 crore can be achieved without a financial discipline.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it would be good to get along with the like-minded people, and yeah, that is 10 crore for me.
Word perfect. Thank you, Satya. Anand Krishan Agarwal. So we
first of all, thank you very much, Bhuvna, for this platform. This will be a path for going first destination. Then a second path will be 100, then 1,000 crores.
Okay. So
then it is
one more member in the 100 crore club.
Yes, and it is a path for freedom, a path for freedom for expenditure on dreams, which I have, to open new hospitals, new old age homes.
Wow. Wow.
Go for that. So that will be freedom for me.
Yes.
To
We
spend. Thank you.
to your community. Thank you, Anand. Thank you for that inspiration. Karthik Vishwanath.
Hi, Bhuvna. Good afternoon. It's a long time, but it's been a quite inspiring journey of yours. We've been working together quite some time, some 10 years back. Happy to see that you invited me for this 10 crore club. Maybe this is a good path for me to start from the scratch again. Thank you so much for inviting. I hope to be there with your support and guidance. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karthik. Thank you. Really appreciate. Prasanna Lahoti.
Huh? No,
Hi, Prasanna. We can hear you, Prasanna. He's muted himself. Have I not spoken to anybody now, Raj?
Yeah, hi, Bhuvna.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Prasanna. Yes, sorry. Unmute yourself, Prasanna. Okay. Sumit, do you want to talk? I think that you unmuted yourself.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
I am Sumit Kataria from Indore.
From Indore. Okay.
Yeah. 10 crore club is for me to get financial freedom and to give back to society, from which I gain so much.
Superb. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sumit from Indore. Isn't that amazing? So have we spoken to anybody? Is there anybody I missed, or we tried to connect and we didn't? I'd like to know you. And
Bhuvna, can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you, Tanvi. Come on.
Hi, Bhuvna, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I can.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tanvi Goyal from New Delhi, and just currently traveling to Mussoorie. So 10 crore club is, I think, a very, very important club for me, because It's like how we learn the ABC, and then we can construct any paragraph. So if we get the ABC in place, we'll be able to do 10, 20, and then hundreds of crores. So that's why it's important.
Great. Thank you, Tanvi. We look forward to knowing more. So, is there anybody I missed? Are we good to go? I thought it was important that we know each other, because in case we decide to take this journey along for a longer distance, it'd be great.
Hi, Bhuvna. Sorry, I just joined in and I kind of missed what you had asked. So now I figure your question was like, what does the 10 crore club mean to you? So, so hi, everyone. My name is Priya and I'm from Dubai. It's been a pleasurable journey, actually, I would say, ever since Bhuvna has created this group. It's giving a lot of insights on where we are heading to. And I think definitely by sharing our viewpoints and ideas on this common platform, I think we all should be reaching our destination, which we are aspiring to be, where we are going to be. Yeah. Thanks, Bhuvna.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you very much. I think we've done the rounds, and we have about 50 people in the group today. And I am very excited about this. So let me share my screen a little bit. So we said our hellos. And so these are the little steps that we're going to take to get to the 10 crores. So just to feel free to mute yourself, and then if you have something to share, please share it on the chat box. Be happy to take the questions there. So today's session is next 90 odd minutes that we've committed to ourselves, people, is a commitment that you're making to yourself and your family in this journey to 10 crores. Once a month, on the first Sunday of the month, I just picked up 3:30 because it's probably not a very inconvenient time for the family. You catch your coffee and come over, and then we can have like a really decent conversation about where we are, where we want to go, what are steps to take, and then talk to each other about the way to go, right? So the little 9 steps that we've been talking about 10 crores. So wealth building does not have to be done like prayer. So you just do something and then wait for something to happen. It can be done like precision engineering. There are methods to do it. There are people who've done it, right? We have in our group people who've already been there, right? Who can lead the way, who can take us there, right? So we're learning from the masters, we're learning and we're getting inspired. And these are the steps that we're all taking to get to the 10 crores. So step 1, we get the first 1 lakh in cash for emergency. We talk about these in detail as we go by, but I'm just taking you through it. Next, we purchase all our insurances. Then we pay off all the loans except the home loan. And after that, we create a 6-month emergency fund. And then we start investing 15% of our income for retirement. And then we start saving for children education fund. Once this is done, then we are attacking the home loan and paying it off in full, because the 10 crores don't keep loans, they don't take loans. And then we focus on the 10 crore target, which is making our investments. Then we create a giving plan, a living giving plan, right? So these are 9 steps to 10 crores. Then there's the method to why we're doing what we're doing. This is largely inspired by work done by great people. One of the biggest inspirations has been Dave Ramsey's baby steps, the 7-step process that he talks about, getting people out from debt and into becoming millionaires, right? So in that journey, one of the biggest contributors is the mind. Like we all know, the biggest real estate is between the ears, right? The mind is everything, and what you think you become, says Gautam Buddha. So is it okay if we do a little bit of a goal setting visualization event? Is that okay? We can just listen to a little video that Tanvi has so beautifully put together that I'd like for all of us to just listen so that we get a little more clarity on what we all want. Because they say, everything happens twice, once in your mind and then in the physical realm. So when it happens in your mind with a lot of clarity and a lot of vivid clarity and perception, then you'd probably be able to convert it into reality a lot faster and with a lot more energy. Okay, so I'd like for you to take a few minutes and be with Tanvi here, listen to what she's got to say, and here we go. Just confirm to me you can hear this.
Hi. In this video,
can you hear it? You okay?
Yes.
Okay, great, super. So Tanvi says, make sure you're not driving. So just be with her, and
I'm going to take you through a visualization
which will help you to achieve your dream wealth. So sit comfortably with your back straight. Gently close your eyes. Keep taking deep breaths. Slowly and gradually become aware of where your mind is taking your focus. Then bring your attention to your mental screen. Now on this mental screen, slowly create a picture of your ideal day. That ideal day where you are receiving money and wealth is coming easily to you. Keep yourself relaxed and keep breathing deeply. Now, in this relaxed and happy state, see yourself getting wealthier and see how this joy, enthusiasm, positive energy, with this you are starting that beautiful day. See how your face is glowing. Look at your colorful dress. In this beautiful day, the universe is creating newer opportunities for you. Many new opportunities to create wealth are getting generated just for you. See yourself there. See these opportunities closely. What are these opportunities? Now make these scenes bigger, bolder, and brighter. See how you're acting upon these opportunities, creating wealth, and helping hundreds of people through your services, products, knowledge, and see how these people are impressed with your products, services, and knowledge, happily paying you for your efforts. Make these pictures bigger, bolder, brighter. Now see how you are valuing yourself and accepting all this money coming your way. Look at this money. What does it look like? Feel it in your hands. Touch it, see what its texture. Is it in the form of gold, currency? Is it a check? Feel its weight in your hands. Feel the temperature and what form it has. Now feel those feelings of high self-respect and satisfaction of making this wealth. Feel how you're adding value to people's lives positively, and they are rewarding you back with immense wealth. See how the universe has made you, yes, you, the center of wealth, and see how you are attracting it from everywhere. See how much money is in your bank account. Look at those figures. Count it again. Imagine your rich life. Now hear this internal voice which is saying to you, I'm becoming wealthier day by day. Hear this internal voice going round and round around your head, which is telling you yourself, I'm becoming wealthier day by day. See the make of your dream house. What does it look like? What are the colors on the walls? What are the textures of the upholstery? Hear the music being played in the house. Smell the food that is being cooked in the kitchen. Hear the happy voices of your family members. Now look at your dream car. What color is it? Where are you driving it? Now see yourself. Look at yourself. What brands are you wearing? Which foreign countries are you traveling to? See yourself meeting some really important people of the society. And look how comfortable you are with them. Make these images bigger, bolder, and brighter. And look at them closely. Bring them closer to you. Feel these amazing feelings for some more time. Now again, hear your internal voice doing circles around your body. I'm becoming wealthier day by day. Keep enjoying these feelings and bring your awareness back to your body. Wriggle your fingers and toes. Rub your hands together and put them on your face. Now take them away. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. I, Tanvi Goyal, in your life, and hopefully I'll see you soon in one of my upcoming webinars where I will help you achieve your dream wealth.
Thank you, Tanvi. Thank you very much. I'm already smiling. Are you all smiling as well? Thank you. Thank you, Tanvi. So that was truly powerful. Did you all go through the journey that Tanvi took us? Was that okay? Was that okay? Okay, okay, great. So we are ready. Are we ready to know more about the next step? Okay, so let's get going, guys. So this is amazing. We've had a vision of what our future is going to look like, and we now have the courage and the energy to take the next steps, right? So here in the next 20-30 minutes, we're going to talk about a very important concept in wealth building that we have to understand. What do you think is the most powerful wealth building tool that we have? Is it our ideas? Is it our connections? What is it? What is the most powerful wealth building tool? Wealth building, not income generating tool. The most powerful wealth building tool is your income. Okay, the income that you earn already through whatever your jobs, your professions, right? And in today's session, we're going to be talking about budgeting and intentional spending. Now, this might, for some people, sound very basic, and you might think that you're up there doing it, but it never hurts to have this reinforced in our lives. So personally, I can say budgeting has been a game changer in the way I'm living, my relationships, my satisfaction levels, and how my wealth is growing and how we are monitoring it, right? So a few budgeting. So when it comes to budgeting, how many of you really enjoy doing budgets? And what are thoughts? Like when I talk to people, I hear many things about budgeting, and budgeting is a bad word. I don't want to do it, and it's painful. and yeah, discipline and education. Yeah, sure. So there are a few myths that are going around, and right now we are just going to dispel those basic myths about budgeting. Is that okay? Okay, so one of the myths that's going around, if you have, or people around you have been telling this to you, saying budgeting is not important, let's not do it because budgeters don't have fun, they don't buy nice things. Okay, so throw that into the dustbin first. Budgeters have fun because they have a fun budget. They have a budget for having fun. Okay, so budgeting is all about telling your money where to go, not keeping it with you, right? So let's understand some basic concepts on budgeting. Budgeting means being good at math. I'm not good at math. I'm a science student. I'm an art student. Really, so budgeting really needs just third standard math. You need to just know how to add up, or you just need to know how to subtract. Okay, and beyond that, there is also Excel sheets and calculators. So you don't really have to worry about it. So budgeting does not mean you have to be necessarily good at math, but being good at math is not bad at all. You could pick it up too. Okay, so some people say budgeting takes too much time. I don't have the time. Anybody saying that? Budgeting takes too much time. I don't have the time. Just go through your calendar and see how much time on a daily basis you are wasting, either on mobile, on your social media, on Netflix, on doing whatever. How much time does it take? Doing a lot of other things, and budgeting doesn't necessarily take a lot of time. We'll talk about how to do easy budgeting. Budgeting is boring. Okay, you know what is really boring? Being in loans is boring. Being poor is boring. Being dependent is boring. That's what is boring. Budgeting is not boring. Budgeting is powerful, and we're going to learn how to do that. I can do a budget in my head. Wow. Okay. So if you can do a budget in your head, why don't you help? The government do their budgets as well. So there's no such thing as a budget in a head. And especially if there are two people in the family and doing a budget, and only one of you are doing it in your head, then it's not really getting anywhere. So a budget is something that's written down, a written document that tells your money where it has to go. Another budgeting myth is I keep track of all my expenses, so I don't need to do budgeting. That's a great place to start. Thank you very much. And congratulations, you're keeping track of all your expenses, but budgeting is not keeping track of expenses. Keeping track of expenses is like postmortem. It's like driving your car, looking at the rear view mirror. You want to drive your car, of course, you need to have the rear view mirror in visibility, but you want to drive the car looking forward, right? So a budget is where you're doing a forward budgeting, where you're planning for that particular period. Okay. Budgeting, there are always unexpected expenses to derail the budget, so why bother? Okay, something or the other keeps coming, and why should I even bother? I do a budget, then I'm not able to follow it, and then I feel bad at the end of the month. I've said all of this too. Okay, so these are various myths that are going around. If there are unexpected expenses, all the more reason to do budgets, because you don't want to get carried away by these unexpected budget expenses, right? So if you're not budgeting, you're almost like have you ever been on a whitewater raft? Have you ever been on a whitewater raft? You're sitting inside the raft, and then the water is just taking you wherever it takes you. You have no control over it. Just that you're having a lot of fun, and there are people along with you, but you end up wherever it takes you. It necessarily doesn't take you to where you want to go. Okay, so that's that feeling of not having a budget and going with the flow. Okay, so that's not a very special place. We want to go where we want to go, and that's why we are here, right? And a lot of people say, oh, my timing is not right, and my incomes have stopped because of COVID. My salaries have been cut, and I can't do budgets now. Ask yourself, are you even hearing what you're saying? Okay, when timing is not right is when you need a budget, all the more reason for needing a budget. Okay, then time just goes. There is nothing like time is going to wait for you. So for most of us, we think, this is a very favorite example that I'd like to say. Our life is here, and our end of life is here. Death is here, right? Many things happen in life, right? So life happens, jobs happen, tension happens, children happen, all of this happen, and we're moving like this. Okay, and you know what we think? We're moving like this. We think the end date is moving along. It is not. We're just hurtling towards, and we're going to be banging this time very soon. So there's nothing like this. No, timing is not right. So starting today, if you make the timing right for you to start budgeting. I make a lot of money. I don't need a budget. It is only for those people who are struggling. For those of you who think This is not true from my experiences. The rich people also make budgets. You know who needs budget? People who live paycheck to paycheck need budget. People who want to get out of loans need budget. People who have goals to reach need budgets. Now we know people, somebody like Harish says, I want to put up animal shelters. Okay, he's got a goal, he needs a budget, right? Making plenty of money is not a reason why you won't have a budget. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So I'll give you some reasons why having a budget makes a lot of sense, and a few reasons why you should be having a budget. Now, in this particular session, we're going to do a little more drilling down on budgeting, because it's a very, very basic skill. Those who do budgets make money. You want to win with money, you have to make your budget. There are no two ways about it. Now, why aren't we talking about investing, and why aren't we talking moving ahead on the baby steps? We will be able to build our emergency fund, buy our insurances, put money aside for our children, or even build the 10 crores or repay our loan only if we get this very basic thing out of the way. Okay, are we okay here to talk about budgets? Just give me a little thumbs up. Are you on board, and have you told yourself any of these myths about budgets? And does it make any sense to you? Are you okay to go ahead and learn more reasons about how to do budgets? Are you okay? Yeah, okay to go ahead. Okay. So any of you have been around saying all these budgeting myths, things like, I make a lot of money, my timing is not right. I've said some of these, yeah. I've said them. There are always unexpected expenses. Why bother doing a budget? I do a budget, I don't stick to it. These are things that I've said myself too. Okay, so forget that's bullshit. Throw it out of the window, and let's focus on why it's important to do the budgets. Budgeting gives you control. Okay, you tell your money where to go. If you don't tell your money where to go, it'll leave. It'll go where it wants to go. You go to somebody who tells it where to go, right? It's a great servant. So give it some direction. You tell all your money where to go. It gives you a sense of control. You're walking tall. You're feeling in control of life itself. Budgeting helps you accomplish your goals. There are no two ways about it. You want to get out of loans. You want to pay off your home loan. Put money aside for children. It helps you accomplish your goals. It makes your fear go away. Have you ever had that feeling that you don't know something going to hit you this month, some great expenditure is going to come, how are you going to manage it? Have you ever had that feeling ever in your mind? After Tanvi's beautiful session of visualizing an amazing life, just take a step back and do a reality check. Have you ever felt that fear? You want that fear to go away? Budgeting is the answer, guys, right? Do your budgets and you can make your fear fade away. And I get some people to talk to you about how their fear went away when they started doing budgets. We'll talk about it in just a little while. Okay, so for those of you who think budgeting is difficult, the process gets pretty easy very, very quickly. It takes about 2 to 3 months to get your budgets going. So we've had examples. In the initial days, you're probably just killing each other. But as you get going, you get better. And by the end of the third month, you'll have something that's going very smoothly. So a process gets pretty easy very quickly. Don't lose your, your focus on getting your budgets right. There are some reasons why budgeting is awesome. Talking about this from personal experience, I'm seeing my net worth grow. Okay, it has a great financial impact when we make a budget. I'm seeing my relationships get better. So we're talking about money, we are having conversations, we are not hiding anything, we are communicating, we are cooperating, right? These are things that are helping relationships build when you have a budget as a family. And when life is sorted, when there is everything in order, when my garage is clean, when my house is clean, when my wardrobe is clean, I'm feeling good about myself, right? There's an emotional impact in having a budget. When I know what is going where and I have a sense of control over it, there's an emotional impact, right? So there are reasons which we cannot ignore about why budgeting is essential. Now, I'm going to keep going back to this and hammering it to all of us here, because unless we pass this one step, we're not talking investments, we're not talking insurance, we're not talking anything else. I want to see all of you give me some kind of a feedback saying, if you have any more questions on budgeting, we're answering them right now, because moving forward, we're talking about how you're going to do budgeting. How should you be doing budgeting? If you're still saying to yourself that budgeting is not for me, I don't have to do budgets, and I have, various reasons why I have to do my budgets, please put it out right here so that we can get it out of the way, and then we can go ahead to learn how we should do budgeting. If you have any questions here, please feel free to share right now, because we're not going ahead without crossing this step. Line. Yeah.
Should we tell or should we chat?
Please chat if you can. Yeah. Put it on
First
chat.
question of mine is when there is an unusual, say, income is not fixed in business.
Yes.
Sometimes it is more, sometimes there are losses. So how to budget? Because we are very much uncertain.
Great.
Next month, what will be happening? So how to budget in an uncertain atmosphere?
Great. Okay, so that's a great question. We're going to park it, and when we do the budget, when we next part, when we're going to talk about how to do the budgeting, we will address this question, where if the incomes are not certain, how do we do budgeting? Amazing. Great. Any other questions? Vikrant says he's with you. What do I do if I'm not sticking to it? Himanshu, you will stick to it, because there's nothing to stick to it. You're telling your money, you're the boss, man. You are the boss. The money is not the boss. Okay, you tell your money where it should go. It'll go where it has to go. Okay, so we talk about, so a lot of these issues happen because we don't do budgeting the right way. So we're going to learn budgeting and how to do it the right way. Any other questions, I'm very happy to answer right now. Otherwise, I'm not going ahead. When the family members are number savvy, how do we do budget? And they are emotional. Correct. Correct, Sendhil. Yes, that's a people issue. Yes. They are number savvy, or you're the one who's number savvy? Okay, so we'll come to it. So how do we in a family do a budget together, right? So that's one of the key principles in the club also, that say in my family, we work as a team. So we're not pulling each other in different directions. We're looking at getting to 10 crores. And if two people in the family are going in opposite directions, we're not getting anywhere, right? So it's important that we talk about budgeting. Yes, budgeting also requires coordination from other family members. Yes, it does. So Senthil, there's one specific thing that I want to say. The moment we do postmortem budgeting, things get emotional. The moment we do postmortem budgeting, which is tell me where you spent your money, show me your credit card statement. The moment we do that, that's when things get emotional. Now, when we do forward budgeting, when we say, okay, I'm getting so much money and this is where we're going to spend the money going forward, just try this and tell me how that goes. Yeah. Any other questions about why we should do budgeting? And then we're moving forward to how to do budgeting. Let me know if there are any questions. Does anybody want to unmute yourself and talk, or should I get ahead?
Yeah, Bhuvna, Himanshu here.
Yes, Himanshu.
So when you are budgeting and you see that you're not sticking to it, or you have gone far more than what you had planned,
yeah,
right? And then when you will get into postmortem, right? Sooner or later.
Yeah.
So how do you handle this? I have tried and failed many times, and then finally I said, okay, let's be with the ride. Whatever. So that's the question.
Yeah, it's okay. So be kind to yourself. It's okay. Give yourself some slack. It's all right to fail. So we'll handle it. We'll see how you've been doing budgeting is something that we don't know. Let's try it the way that we are talking about, and try again, and try again till we manage to get there. It's okay if you start at, sticking to it 70%, or maybe it'll get better 75% the next time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, some direction is better, but we'll learn how to do it the right way.
Sure.
Yeah. This is okay. Should I move ahead?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So a budget doesn't limit you. Okay. It doesn't stop you from becoming, it does give you the freedom. It doesn't limit your freedom. It gives you the freedom, because it gives you the liberty to spend the money the way you want, because you've told the money where to go. Okay. So we're going to talk how to keep a budget. Number one, you might want to take some notes here, because these are important pointers. How to keep a budget. So we do a zero-based budgeting at the starting of the month. So a budget is all about telling your money, spending your money even before you get it. You spend your money in your mind. You spend your money on paper before you get the money in your bank. Okay. So budgeting to zero means you're giving So imagine money are all your employees or your teammates, right? Like they say, money is a great slave, but a terrible master. Imagine they're all your slaves. Okay, we don't talk about slavery so much these days, but let's imagine they're all your slaves. You won't say, okay, 7 out of the 10 people, 7 people are given jobs, 3 people are not given any jobs. Would you do that? You try to get work from everybody, right? A zero-based budget is where you say, I have so much income, and I'm going to align each of this penny into these various expenses. Okay, so we'll talk about what all expense items and how you prioritize them and all of that. We will just talk about them. But a zero-based budget at the beginning of the month is how you do a budget. We'll be sharing some tools with you that you can use. We have online tools also that Harsh will be sharing with us, which you can use. But just remember that a budget is something that's done at the beginning of the month and not at the end of the month, and it's done zero-based. So every single penny that you earn is aligned. It can simply mean, okay, so, oh, there's some extra money, I'm going to put it away to repay my loan. Or there's some extra money, I'm going to give it away. There's an extra money, so I'm going to put it away for some expenditure that's going to come in the next month, right? So every penny is accounted for, and that's how we start with doing a budget, right? The next one is, please do the budget together with the partner. There's no one person doing the budget and giving money to the other person to spend. Budgeting is something that has to be done together, and only then it'll move forward. Otherwise you'll get stuck and you'll say, okay, chhod do abhi, let's not get into this kind of conversations, right? So budget is something that has to be done together. So you'll have to get your partner on board on this. And typically in any relationships, if you have a larger goal to achieve and both of you can look at that goal and dream of that goal together, then getting these things together is a lot easier. Doing this together is a lot easier. So try this. Budgeting to me is a romantic activity. Frankly, personally, I've had great relationship improvements once I started doing budget, because now we're thinking together, we're dreaming of the same things, and we accountable to each other, we're communicating and we're cooperating, right? So do the budget together with your partner. Next one, every month is different. You don't do a budget once and then try to stick to it for 6 months, 1 year, whatever. No month it is cast in stone. So this month is November. I know Diwali is coming. I am going to estimate a little more for groceries. I'm going to estimate a little more for gifts, right? So every month is different, and keep your budget specific for that particular month. Okay. So every single month, that's why we said first Sunday of every month we will meet. So it's a commitment to doing this budgeting every single month. Are we okay? Budgeting is romantic, Himanshu, try it. Okay, so how to keep a budget? Start with the most important categories first. What are the most important categories? Tell me, what are the most important categories? We are on a mission to build wealth. So what should be our number 1 category in your budget? Essentials, daily.
Savings.
Savings.
Paying yourself first, Bhuvna.
Yeah, savings. Yes. So you keep seeing this all the time. You've heard it many times. Warren Buffett has said it. You spend what you left after you've saved. So you first save, then you give, then you put your necessities and essentials. Yeah. So we will talk about these categories in the sheets that we will share. You will see that the number 1 item is saving. The number 2 item is giving, right? And then comes all your essentials and daily needs and all of that stuff. Yes. So start with the most important categories first. Don't be scared to pick up that scissor and trim. Okay, you're seeing Ujjwal on the screen. She's one classic example of trimming expenses and keeping her hands tied up, right? Don't be scared to trim. It's liberating when you can trim your expenses. So you will identify, it becomes just clear, it becomes obvious to you what needs to be trimmed. You pick the scissor and trim, because the 10 crore is important. Okay. Okay, make a schedule, not just for this meeting, of course, for this meeting, but make a schedule to spend. For example, we have a schedule key every alternate Saturday, we will do grocery shopping, right? On Sundays, we'll do vegetable shopping, right? So you make a schedule so that you have some kind of a method going around it. So you make a schedule for your activities wherever your expenditure goes. So people have schedules on eating out. They're saying, okay, the last Saturday of the month, they eat out, or the movies. So have a schedule to your life, which is amazing. Create a buffer. So things go wrong. Himanshu, this is probably an answer to your question. So things go wrong. I'm not, sticking to my bucket. Create a buffer. Don't go a tight budget. right? We need a zero-based budget. I'm not saying no, we need a zero-based budget, but keep a buffer. Saying have a miscellaneous item, a miscellaneous head in your, in your budget sheet. Let's say you allot 10,000 rupees to that miscellaneous, and then you will see if there's something left, you can always add it to your saving or repay loan or whatever. But create that buffer so that you have an easy, you enjoying the process of budgeting. It doesn't become something like, that's strangling you. Create a buffer. And of course, track your progress. The budget is not something that you put it and then you file it and then you forget about it. So it makes something of interest 40 years later. This is what my budget was. That's not the point. Track your progress towards your budget. Okay. Yes, and this I can say with personal experience, stop using your credit cards. That's simply an amazing tip. Just stop using your credit cards because you have no control over your expenses. When you use credit cards, you buy the most expensive things. When you use credit cards, just imagine money, cash, hard-earned cash going out of your hand. You will feel that. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. Stop using credit cards and you see that difference happening. Use cash for certain categories that trip you up. So when we talk the budget sheet, you'll know more about it. Use cash for certain categories. For example, I know that when I eat out or when I go grocery shopping and I'm just pushing that cart and I see many interesting things, I just take them and put them in my cart and then go bill it. I don't know what the bill amount is. I'm just flashing my credit card and then that's 10,000 rupees. Right? So now we have budgets, we have envelopes for groceries. So I have to take out 2,000 rupee notes and go for my grocery shopping. And if the 6,000 rupees is not enough, I'm taking things away from my basket and putting them back. Okay, so use cash for certain categories that trip you up. This is an amazing tip. Amrita, credit cards judicially. Frankly, credit card is a behavior. It's very, very difficult to keep control of your expenses. Try using cash and see what happens. And then you will realize that not having credit card bills is such a relief in your head. Such a relief in your head. When every time I've seen, when I get in money and I already know I have to pay 20,000, 30,000 towards my credit card. And the month that I don't have to pay that credit card bill is liberating. It's just liberating. I can ask somebody to talk about it right now, but yeah, I'm trying to break that habit. It's helping. Yes, it totally helps. Just take those credit card, makes a nice little collage and put it up somewhere. Enjoy doing some, fun activity with your credit card, tear it up and burn it up or do whatever. Just stop using credit cards. It's liberating. I'll tell you what, whenever I've gone out or hung around with people who I think have made it in the 10 crore club, the rich people, I've never seen them use a card. They always take cash or maybe a debit card. They don't use credit cards. They don't do loans. Okay, so we talk more about loans. All of that is coming your way. Yeah, so Vijay, these are all things that we tell ourselves, yeah, that I'm in control. So it's not only about paying your credit card on time. That's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about what are you spending using your credit card? What is it that you're spending on using your credit card? Okay, so you without a budget, you can spend on a credit card, which is exactly what we don't want, right? Make giving and saving a priority. Make giving and saving a priority because contentment is not when you have enough money. Contentment is when you know that whatever you have is enough. Okay, so make giving and saving a priority. Put them right on top of that list. Try some online budgeting tools. They help in very big way. And we have Harsh who will share some interesting tools that he is using. And we have Krishna, who's doing it in a very interesting manner in his own way. So we're going to be talking about how you can do this in the most easy way. Try online budgeting tools. Another one is, yes, please quit comparisons. This is mind-blowing. This is liberating when you stop comparing. Okay, no, I have only this phone. This is a 5-year-old phone, iPhone 7, iPhone 12 is already out. You stop making these comparisons, you'll be in peace. You'll get to your 10 crore much faster than other people who are spending on other things. Doesn't matter. Don't even look at them. So quit comparisons. And lastly, Himanshu, be kind to yourself. It's okay. Okay, it doesn't come easily. It takes time. It takes almost 90 days for you to be at it. Do you go to the gym one night and then lose weight the next day? Does that happen? You got to be at it for at least 3 months, right? You get on a diet plan, you get on a fitness plan. It takes time. Be kind to yourself. You'll see progress happening. Just be kind to yourself and keep at the budget. trust me and keep that faith and keep that budget going. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you on how you can do a budget. But more importantly, I'm happy to share with you a particular budget sheet that we built for you, which you can start using right away. A budget replaces fear with hope. Okay, if you're fearful about the future, one thing that will quickly replace budget, your fear, and replace it with hope will be your budget. Okay, it's almost the magic wand. If you're looking for a magic wand to get to 10 crores, this is the first magic wand. Start using a budget, right? Okay, so I'm going to share this particular sheet with you. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to answer them. I want Ujjwal to just unmute yourself, Ujjwal, and tell me how budgeting managed to get you out from wherever you were. I'm very keen to hear Ujjwal talk.
I'm Narayan from Chennai.
Hi, Narayan.
See, budgeting I started some 3 months back.
Okay.
We have started eliminating credit card totally.
Yes. There you go.
It's only for medical bills we use the credit card and pay it immediately on the first 3-4 days of the month, and be done with, because there is some leverage,
Yes.
45 days they allow. It is interest free also, so we do that only. But for that we don't use credit card for anything, though I have got a 50,000 limit on that.
Okay.
I never allow it to go beyond 2,500.
2,500. Okay. So if you can do away that 2,500 rupees also on cash, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure your medical store will give you a 10% discount. If it doesn't have
20% they give in Chennai. In Chennai they give 20%.
Great, amazing. So use cash if you can. You'll
I'm
eliminate
giving
that
through,
whole habit.
MediPlus is giving me that.
Okay, MediPlus is giving. Okay, so you're using MediPlus card. That's amazing. Great. That's not really a credit card. It's a pre-filled card, right?
That is all.
Yeah, good. Great.
Can I add something to this, Boona?
Yes, Sandeep. Happy to hear.
Right. Actually, I have been using cards right since the time I was in Dubai. I think the first card was somewhere in 97 or 98. I still remember Mashreq Bank had given me then.
Okay.
I have been using card extensively. Now, everything has a pros and cons to it. Like, American Express, it's more like a status and a privilege.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's, I would call it a necessary evil. In UAE, when you want to issue a visa for someone, it's mandatory that you have a credit card. And many times when you are buying from Amazon Books or something, you find it more easy to, many times Paytm doesn't work, Google Pay doesn't work, and so on.
Debit cards work.
Huh?
Debit cards, do they work?
Sometimes, to be fair, I'm having problems at both ends, even, if you are using FreeCharge or whatever. So again, it's convenience also. And many times they give you facilities like golf membership, launch and all that. So again, there's the pros and cons. Thanks to the last meeting, since then I have been trying to reduce, and to a great extent, I'm sure I will reduce it, but still that, there will be some, I don't think there could be a possible elimination. And again, it depends like what is your objective. Some places, sometimes you're at the airports and all, duty frees or whatever with your family. So at times you do require, but I agree with you. If you break the habit to almost 80 to 90%, I think that's a good achievement.
That's a great achievement, Sandeep. Duty free using credit cards is, okay, it's an easy way to go on a guilt trip later, but that's amazing what you're sharing with me and bringing that expenditure down. I want to hear from what Ujjwal said. Thank you so much, Sandeep. I really appreciate you sharing this.
My pleasure.
Bhumna, frankly speaking, I don't know what you want me to answer.
No, just keeping a budget. So what has keeping a budget?
Okay. If I have to just share that I am someone who's got like a cash flowing through my hands. I mean, I made so much money I will make and I'll go and spend it. So that's how my hands have been. And one day I was listening to somebody and it said, don't look at solving your money problem, but look at what is the lesson you're learning by creating this struggle and thinking about money. And what awakened me is you need to save. I have in my life never saved, but I've had a lot of fun. But there came a point when I said I had to start saving. And Bhumna's last month's this thing was create a intentional spending. So what I last month did was, I had a habit of we don't go out too much in the lockdowns. So if I went out, I'll buy so many things because I'm not going out, and it'll simply be not even kept properly. It'll go waste. So I just stopped buying things which will go for maybe 3 days or something like that. And I feel I started directing the money where it must go rather than money directing me. I followed it like a I mean, absolutely every day I'll check, and I've never done such a thing, but I felt a lot in control when I started doing this.
Great, amazing. Thank you. So on credit cards,
credit cards I do not have. I decided I will not have any credit cards.
Great.
Until I become completely responsible. But now with your guidance, I think I will never have any credit cards.
Yes.
Bhuvna, can I give us a simple solution?
Yes.
Some of the questions that people have been saying, because somebody said credit card is a must, somebody said something else. So at least from my experience, when I first got my credit card, those were good old days, 90s.
Yeah.
I was very excited. I would just go and shop.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, without any Bhuvna or anybody telling, I realized this is not going to work for me. So within a couple of months, I realized, credit card is a dangerous thing.
Yes.
So thereafter, I have had some control over it, but I wouldn't say absolute control until few years later. There was a big financial setback, and then so what I'm trying to say here is, once you have a budget, and you know what are the items that you need to spend on, then credit card is a convenient tool, and it also gives build your credit score. So therefore, you spend only, use a credit card only on things that are already put in the budget and up to that limit. You don't just flash it any point and just, swipe it and do whatever. If that item is already in the budget, yes, do it. So you combine budget and credit card and make it both work for you, rather than feeling that I should eliminate, because in today's world, cashless transactions and all are increasing.
Yes.
So you will have to have a credit card, but you have to build the discipline to use it.
Yes.
Exactly like how you will direct your money. That is as per your budget.
Yes. And if you manage to do that, that's amazing. Right?
I think I've been doing that in the last 15 years.
Yes. So if you manage to do that, that's amazing. So if you can stick within a budget and with a credit card, that's amazing. Just that it's a little difficult. For most people, it's a little difficult. So on credit cards, we talk in detail about credit cards when we do the debt session. Okay, so today let's stick on to the budget session, saying directing your money as to where it should go. So credit card is another conversation altogether. We have that conversation, and we stick to budgets too in today's conversation. Is that okay? You're expecting money in a few days, and they say Amazon, then you can use CC, Sansi. That's when it all trips up. That's when it all trips up, right? So can I share this little sheet with you? I'm happy to let you download this. So this is your money sheet that you can use to direct the money. Tell your money where it should go this month. Okay, this is something that I've been trying to use, and it's a very, very simple, quick budget. Nothing great, no great shakes. Just tell what all incomes you're expecting, right? And then you're putting money away for savings, you're putting away money for giving. And then these are your basic things. You can't avoid them. So you say you have to pay for your house, your loan or rent, society maintenance, property tax, home insurance. Okay, some of them will happen monthly, some of them will happen annually or in lump sum. So you're providing for them, you're putting money away. Utilities, electricity, gas, phone, TV, house help, food, groceries, vegetables, takeout, order in. Okay, so you'll see that I've highlighted groceries, vegetables, takeout, order in with a little asterisk. So these are items that trip me up. Okay, these are items that trip me up. When I say they trip me up, and an electricity bill is more or less the same amount almost every month, right? Just for 1 month when it was terrific. Then the home loan or the rent is always a fixed amount. But the groceries is something that you don't do just once a month. You do it multiple times a month, and many people spend on the same thing, right? So I'm also spending on groceries, and my husband goes, he also spends something. My son takes some money and goes from my person, he also spends something. So these are items that trip us up. So I've highlighted them saying, okay, these are areas that I need to take care of. And we use something called an envelope system. right? We only use cash. So put the money in the envelope and take, if the money is over, then it's over. That's it, right? So you use cash to, you identify what are items that trip you up, and you can use a cash only envelope system to manage these expenses. So car EMI, fuel, driver salary, see, these are all basic expenses, family, education, children, parents, right? And then comes once you've set your money to all these basic essentials that has to be done, and then you still have money left, go on and spend on clothing, grooming, gym. Who said you shouldn't have fun, right? I'm sure you have money for all of this, and because you've been managing all of them, right? Just that these things are taking precedence over the others. Okay, that's when you're thinking, oh my God, man, I'm making so much money here. Why am I not able to just pay my bills? Right? So because it's just that you're prioritizing it in different ways. So you just put these priorities in this order, put money away for saving and for giving, and then spend on basics, housing, utility, food, transportation, family, and then you'll have enough money for your personal expenses, fun, and learning. You'll find money to spend on all of them. Right? So this is just a little thing that I wanted to share with you. This is a downloadable sheet. I think Kajal is making this available on the chat box. Kajal, are you as a downloadable sheet? Yeah. So you can download this sheet, and I want y'all to just try this and say, at the beginning of the month, today is the 1st of November. If you're all expecting your paychecks or you just received your salaries, how about we just starting with saying, okay, this month I am going to tell my money where it should go. That'd be a great starting point to begin this journey to 10 crores. And it's going to be a long journey. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to be a long journey, but this probably be the first step. Okay, so is there any thoughts here? Do you think this makes sense? Just give me some feedback. Yes, this can be shared on the WhatsApp group also, Priya. This will be shared on the WhatsApp group also. You can use it. I like for you all to use it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just stop, and I'm going to let Krishna share something that he does very smartly. Okay, Krishna.
Yes.
Krishna, yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to make you the host, and yeah. And if you can share something that he does very, very smartly. I thought this was brilliant because this is something that he does along with his wife to keep track of those expenses that trip you up. So my idea was the envelope idea. Now this is what Krishna does. Go on, Krishna.
Yeah. Is my screen visible to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So the whole idea behind this Excel tracker is like, so I'm a financial planner. It's been about 8 years since I got into this industry, but I never tracked my finances. I never budgeted it. I got married 3 years ago, and that is when my wife started like, okay, where is our money going? You say that you earn a lot, but there is nothing left in the bank.
Yeah.
So that is when we started tracking. Initially, we had a diary, we started noting things, and then we used to write it in online Excel. But what used to happen is like budgeting, even though after all the reasons which you have heard, some people do not enjoy it. So we tend to keep losing track because we feel that tracking it is very difficult. So what I have done is, everybody is familiar with Google Forms, right? With the webinars and all.
Yeah.
So all we need to do is, at the end of the day, I'll just share a sample form in the group. Just 1 second. So everybody would have received a link on their WhatsApp group, right? In the 10 Crores Club group.
Yeah.
So if you guys can open it, if you're not logging into the meeting through the mobile, you can have a look at it. So this is how the form is. So at the end of the day, what we do is, so let's say if I, as on November 1st, today is November 1st, right? So let's say I've spent on,
Please share on the chat also, so that I am not on the WhatsApp group, so I will get it.
Yeah, we put you on the WhatsApp group, Anand. Don't worry.
Sure. So how it works is, what I generally do is, I enter the date, and then I take the category, like under what it comes under. Let's say if I've spent it on fruits today. If you want to describe further, you can write a description there. And then, as everybody were discussing, like, what is the mode of payment I've done? Is it for cash or credit card or let's say Google Pay? Let's say if it is Google Pay, and let's say if I've spent about 250 rupees. My wife's name is Shruti, my name is Krishna. So we generally tend to keep a track of who has spent that money. Because sometimes, let's say I go out for groceries. I do not even remember if I paid or my wife has paid, because she uses a different card, I use a different card. So so this is how we do it at the end of the day. Like at about 9 p.m. at the end of the day, we just open this link, enter the details. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes, even if you have like 5 to 10 expenses on the same day.
Correct.
You click on submit. and then it is
You
taken
have to
care of.
go open an Excel sheet and all that, right? So you can just do it on your mobile phone.
Yes, yes. The link which you have got on the group, you just need to click on it and then you just fill the form. You can customize the details also. I'll show you how to do that later. So you keep doing this, and let's say if you want to monitor it at the end of the week, or let's say at the end of the month, all you need to do is go to the link. There's another sheet. Just click here. It will do all the calculations for us. Yeah.
Okay.
So now this is how the sheet looks like.
Yeah.
Now everybody would have seen a lot of apps online, but the issue, I mean, what I have seen, the issue with apps is like some features you would like to have, but then it is not there, or they say that, okay, you need to pay per month something. So sometimes what happens is you will not be able to customize. So this is what I use, and this is more or less doing a job for me. I'll just show you how it works. So let's say if I want to see how much I have spent in the month of October.
Yeah.
Let's say if I want to spend in September, the total expenses for September is 350. This is a sample sheet. This is not the real sheet. So the expenses are very less here. So total expenses is 350. The total monthly budget for that month was about 34,500. Like in September, we were expecting to spend about 34,500. So the surplus is about 34,150. So this is month-wise expenses. And let's say if you want to see the category-wise. So let's say in October, if you want to see how much you have spent for fruits, or let's say online shopping, you can even customize these things also. Like let's say if you have a driver, you can include that also. So you can customize using that. And let's say if you want to see the overall year spending. Now in the last recent sale, we have bought a decent number of things thanks to credit cards again, because they were offering 10% discount and all. So again, you can figure out how much you have spent in a year. And again, member wise also, how much I have spent and how much my wife has spent.
Yes.
Along with that, like this thing
And
I've
you
added.
can blame each other.
Sorry, adding it.
With that, you can blame each other. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So, and also this, as Bhuvna is saying, this also brings in accountability, because see, now if you see the expenses in the sample, my wife has spent about 2,300. I have spent about like 16,000 here. So she might end of the day ask me like, where did the money go? Like, and everything is visible here. See, at the end, it's not about bringing in accountability. What we are trying to do here is we need to see where your money is going, so that you can at least cut down on things. Like for example, in the last year IPL, like in the 2 months, we have spent about like 3,000 to 4,000 on Swiggy itself. And we didn't even know unless we have gone to the online tracker, because each Swiggy order was about 100, 200. 20 orders, it has gone up to 4,000 there.
Yes.
And regarding the payment method, this I have added just now because we were talking about credit card. So as Bhuvna is saying, like credit cards is a bigger evil, but at the end, many people, your employers, your banks offer it, and sometimes we use it because you get some offers on petrol and all. So what I have done is you can even customize by filtering using credit card also. Let's say even if you have a credit card, let's say if your yearly spending is coming to less than 10,000 per year, then there is nothing wrong in having a credit card, in my opinion. But let's say if your credit card itself bill is like 50,000, then we need to see where did that 50,000 go. If it is a let's say a purchase like an AC or something, then which we would have anyway spent, then it's okay. But if it's normal expenses and those things are adding up to let's say 50 or 1 lakh, then we need to think twice and we need to decide if we are doing a good job or not with the credit card.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is,
what do you think, guys? Do you think this is awesome?
Bhuvna, can I add something again?
Yes, Sandeep.
Sure.
Actually, Krishna has done a wonderful job.
Can you send this downloadable form for us?
Sure.
Sure.
Downloadable form. If we can replicate this in our Google Drive.
Yes. So this is, I thought this was amazing because for 2 reasons. If we keep it on the Excel, right? So the motivation to go on the Excel and then put it up, every month to remember, this is very difficult. If it's a Google form, you can just do it on your mobile phone.
I'll add one more thing, Krishna, Bhuvna.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Krishna has done. There's an app called Expense Manager. I put the link in the, it's a simply, you can go by your Play Store. It's free of cost. Exactly what Krishna says is done, and you can do it immediately. It takes you 5 seconds that time itself when you are paying.
Excellent. Yeah, sure.
Can you repeat, sir? Can you repeat?
Exactly as you do.
Okay, so we also, we have a couple of apps also that we are showing in just a little while. Sandeep has shared a very interesting app, so I think we can all open-mindedly look at what are options available to keep the budget.
With due respect to Krishna, he's also done a wonderful thing.
No.
Saves more time.
Even I wanted to use an app, but then I couldn't find one, so that's why I got this done. But
Yeah,
then if
this
there
is
is an app
excellent.
working, then it's pretty good.
Excellent.
Also, I think some people are very wary of putting data in the app, and and I like it to be in my control in Google and stuff like that. So yeah, so just different options that are available. So yes, great. Thank you, Sandeep. Yeah, thank you for sharing expense tracker. More than happy to explore. Krishna, this is amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And Krishna, from his generous heart, he said, "Yeah, I mean, I worked on this, but I'm happy to share it with the others." So he says he'll make it available to us. Yes, Krishna.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, do you guys like this? Was this awesome? This is awesome. Great. Super. Thank you, Krishna. So, can I ask?
Stop sharing, right?
Yeah. Stop sharing. I'd like to call Harsh, who's been talking about this budgeting in a big way. We just Harsh, are you there? Can I make you the host?
Yeah, hi Bhuvna.
Hi. 1 minute. I'll just make Harsh Bhare the host. Okay. So Sandeep has already shared one app. So this is something Harsh has done his homework on multiple apps, and this is what he likes. So Harsh, go.
Yeah, hi everyone. So me and my wife have been trying to being disciplined about the budget for many years now, and for recent, we have done this. We have done doing it on Excel multiple times. I am myself taking up the responsibility weekly basis. We both are sitting together trying to just put up the budget on the Excel, and then we have tried it Google Sheet also. Sometime it works. It largely depends on how disciplined you are and how dedicated you are to put up each figure to know where your costs are going. And while you do that, then only we realize what is our budget. When we start entering our actuals, then only we realize what is our budget. So it does take some time, and it does not get easy. Because then, like Bhuvna said, then there are arguments, there are discussions where this cost has gone. Maybe you forget 2 days after the cost has incurred, and you don't know actually where it has gone because you were in market and you have spent a lot of money there. So like this, so I have been using now one app which is called Spendless, which is freely available on Play Store, and we can create multiple users on it. So me and my wife are 2 users there. And initially I was only using it to put up my expenses. So how I am doing budgeting is I have categorized my fixed expenses and variable expenses. I have tried to put up a saving from my income every first 5 days of the month, which goes directly to my different saving accounts or my mutual funds, and all other money which is remained is only what is used for the expenses. So we create this budget every end of the month in the last 2 days or the first 2 days of the month, and we put up into this app. So we know under which category, like rent, electricity, utilities, bread. Even I have gone into minute details like bread, egg, meat. So how much I would be spending on these days. How it has helped me. So whenever I'm spending money on maybe, let's say, alcohol, I'm spending money on meat, I know that my budget is 3,000 or 4,000. I don't have to overshoot it. And when we realize at the mid of the month or 20th of the month, we push each other not to do it unless it is very necessary. Meanwhile, we did it for many months. We also realized that we have to keep some miscellaneous things, like budget always overshoots, budget always brings you some surprises elements. So we have tried to keep some miscellaneous amount every month in the budget. And once, if it is not spent, we add it up into the next month budget. So we always have something buffer from the fixed spends.
Great, Harsh. This is brilliant. Your trial and error is helping us, all of us, so we don't have to do the same thing. Can you show us the app and anything that you can show us?
I'll just log in from my phone.
Okay, great. So this is okay. Yes.
Hello.
Log off from the laptop, Harsh. Log off.
Yeah. Better now?
Yeah.
So I'll just share my screen.
1 minute. I have to make you a co-host. Yeah. Now you can. Yes. It's a mobile app, is it? It's not on laptop. You can't use it on
No,
laptop.
it's not on laptop.
Okay.
Is it visible?
No, it's not.
Is anything visible now?
No, not visible.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Is it visible now?
Yes, yes. We can see.
This is an app which I am using. With the app is Spendless, if you can see here.
Okay.
So in this app, like if I am showing you some random budget for May month of this month, it gives you a like this on rent, installment, on various groceries, how much I have spent. So this is a total percentage of the total spendings which is showing on the right side. If I click on any category like non-veg, so I know on which date I have ordered of how much amount of non-veg. So it is showing the categories like this. And I can also create a budget here. If I go here and it's a budget sheet here on any given month, if I go, say, 60. So on various categories, it is showing budget. So I have spent 80% of the budget for X. I have spent 15% budget in the fruit category. Grocery, it is overshoot. Health, home maintenance, household. So likewise, you can create any number of budgets. You can create your own budgets also, and you can create different kinds of categories also.
Great. This is
It's a
amazing.
free app. Me and my wife uses it. So we are two users here in the family. So what she enters, I can know what she has entered, and what I enter, I can know what I have entered.
Okay. Great. This is
And it does give you at the end of the month, it does give you output that under which category where actually your money is going and how had you planned it about it.
Right. So you can download a report also. That's something I see.
Yeah, you can download a report also. It's on the bottom. It gives you Excel report also.
Good. Amazing, yeah. Thank you,
What-
Harsh. So Harsh has
what
done
can
his homework on all of this, and now he's willing to share this with us, so we could take it away from here. Thank you so much, Harsh. Really appreciate. Yeah. Okay. Great. So far so good. So we've been with budgeting. Now is the most important part of the session, guys. The next 30 minutes, I'd like for you to focus for the last 30 minutes of the day. This is a very, very important part where we are taking commitments, we're taking action. Are we ready to take action? Are we just going to learn and go away? No, that's not what we do in this group. If you're here just to learn and then go away right now, because the next 30 minutes are going to be something where you're committing to action. Is that okay? Yeah. Yes. So stay around, and I'm going to let Sai take over from here, and he's going to guide us through with Sai. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, great. Okay. You have the sheet with you?
Okay, you want me to share?
Yeah, I think so. So should everybody grab a piece of paper so they can write?
Yeah, sure. That helps.
So this is when we're taking action, guys, so that we actually see progress happening in our lives. So Sai is taking us through it. So please grab a pen and paper. And
You have to allow me to share.
yeah, sure. Sorry. Done.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So this is something which the team, Bhuvna and his team and her team has put across for us to use to reach the 100 crores, 10 crores. So, okay, so it has a couple of pages. I think you can go through it when you have the team. I think it's been again shared in the chat and as well in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
So this will be with you. So this is something which I've already discussed. So this is a month one. So November is the first month that we are kind of starting. So this particular page, I'm sure you are seeing this. So this, I think probably we'll be using it beginning of December, the first Sunday when we meet, on what are the commitments we have made, the progress we have made, what challenges, and how do we feel about it, and what's a discussion, and what you're grateful for. Okay, so here is our homework for today.
Okay. So before I get into this, I just wanted to set the stage right for us. One thing, a couple of things which I wanted to, upfront inform you that, the entire thing, what we are doing, it's a process. And I would invite everyone to just trust the process. And I'm sure, this process is going to work for us, whatever we do. I mean, the sessions, what we had and what we are going to do now. So just blindly trust the process. And I'm sure, it's going to do good for us. Okay. So there are a couple of questions which you will find here. I will go through the questions, but these questions are probably on the look of it, it might look just simple, but there is a lot of purpose behind why these questions are framed in a way it has to be. And this will give you that aha moment, the miracle that you are looking for. We initially, when we introduced ourselves, we all talked about why we wanted to be here. So this will kind of, take you there. Okay. So these questions might look simple, but it has a purpose behind it. Of course, it's in our hands. How do we do it? And we have to be ready for it. We have to be ready for what we have to do. We are here because the third point which I wanted to say is we are here because we have been doing things in a certain way. That's why we are here, and we don't want to be here. That means we are very comfortable doing what we are doing. So by doing this process, be comfortable to get uncomfortable yourself. Okay, so that's when you're moving from point A to point B. The moment you feel doing this, you don't feel comfortable, that's a very, very good sign, because you have already started moving from your comfortable zone. So just be very, very comfortable getting uncomfortable. Okay, so don't worry about it. When you go through these questions, there'll be a lot of obvious answers, that you'll be getting, because you have heard now for 1.5 hours about budgeting. So, and you have your own experiences about budgeting. So you'll have a lot of obvious answers coming in. I would only again invite you to look out for those not so obvious answers that are there inside you. That would, do the magic for you again. Okay, I'm repeating it. You will get some obvious answers when you are doing this, because you have heard in the session and you have your own experiences about what you're doing. Look out for those not so obvious answers, which means that, start thinking about it. Start thinking differently than what you are doing it right now. Okay, this will again take you to, the next step. It will start moving you ahead. Yeah. So this is something which I wanted to basically, set the base before we go into the questions. So as I said, these questions are really thoughtful, scientifically proven, that the way it has been put here, it has a purpose. Okay, so the first question is, what makes it important for you to put the budget in practice? Okay, so I would probably invite you to write down these questions in a piece of paper or in a note. Again, I suggest you to maintain a note for this. It will be a good idea if you can have a specific note for doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can also take a printout of this. It's been made available. So
yeah, sure. For this session, maybe you can just note it down what it is. So what makes it important for you to put the dash is the budgeting. That's a goal that we are talking about today. So budgeting in practice. Okay. So the question is fairly simple, right? So please think about it and then give your answers. And
so I just take us through it one more time on the first thing. What should we do?
So basically, you think about it. What makes budgeting important for you?
What makes budgeting important?
Correct. Is that clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I move? Yeah. How do you measure these?
We have to write the answers, right, in our notebooks.
You can. I can. Yeah. Probably I can give you a couple of minutes so that we can write down the answers here itself. Perfect. We can do that. So now it's 5:09. So probably take till 5:12 and then write what you want to. At least the initial thoughts, what you have. And then maybe you can think about it a little bit more, and then also you can come back.
So, Sai, you want us to give the answers for all the three questions that which we can see on the screen?
If you have, yeah, you can. But I would. Yeah. The first question is what we are discussing. Of course, if you have the answers for it, go ahead, Shreya. Okay, so can we go to the next question? Was it
Yes.
5:12? Mindful of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now, having the goal as budgeting for the session, that's what we are doing for the session for the month. So, what would be your measure of success for this session? When I say measure of success, so what is that you would want to? What's a success level? How do you measure it?
Yes, I think I think if you can just give a little bit more clarity. You're talking about the measurement of success of the goal of budgeting as an exercise?
Correct.
Okay, not particular to this particular session, right? You're talking about budgeting as a whole.
Budgeting. So see, the goal of the session is, of this entire session, 3-hour, 2-hour session, what we are doing is on budgeting. So what is your measure of success of this? So that's what we are looking.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Should I talk about measure of success if I do the budget for the rest of the month? Is that what it is, or just this session?
So basically, what we are trying to do here now, Bhuvana, is about the action points.
Yeah.
So if we have the, if you can arrive at the success for this session,
yeah,
essentially it's like you have your action points right.
Okay.
That means which will help you to achieve what you want to do in this month.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Got it.
Okay. Okay. Can we move to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So some of you have been budgeting, some are going to start now. So what do you think? This question is all about what do you think, which level you are right now, this moment on budgeting? So how do you rate yourself on your current mastery over budgeting on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being the least and 10 being the highest. So just give yourself the number which you think is suitable for you at this moment. There is no evaluation here. It's a self-evaluation. So just feel free to give your numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The next question. What would having complete mastery over budgeting mean to you? So what budgeting means to you as a person? As Sai, what budgeting means to me is what I have to write here. I'm going to write now. I'm going to think about it and write now. Can mean anything to me. So I'm going to now think about it and then write what budgeting means to me.
putting it to practice.
Excellent, sir. But yeah, for you it is that. So I would allow people to think about it and then write their own, because that would help them to understand what they want to do. I mean, for me, yeah. Thanks.
Sai, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, let's go.
18. We thought okay, fine.
No.
So now comes the most important question. Again, all are important, of course. So, what are the obstacles that are going to stopping you from making the progress on budgeting? So this basically, now that you have thought about what is important, where you are, and what it means to you. So now you think about what are the things that potentially could come in your way of doing the budgeting or making the progress, making the move from point A to the next point. So what are those things? You're talking about only the obstacles here, the potential barriers. Yeah? Okay. So now, having identified the obstacles, what could come in your way to do a good budgeting for the session, for this month? So what are the three things that you would like to do so that you can do a good budgeting for this? 3 action points to remove those obstacles.
Should we talk about specific takeaways from the session, or should we just come up with?
This is more about related to the obstacles that is going to come in your way in moving ahead, budgeting. And then, yeah. So how are we planning to mitigate those things?
Okay.
Essentially, all this will have to translate to our, the goal of the session and the month. So what is that we want to do? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So having said this, okay, now we have talked about what it is important, what it means to me, what budgeting means to me, and then what are the obstacles that are going to come in my way in doing this. And we also talked about the action points, 3 action points. So this question is about what would happen if you don't take action on this, on the action points that you have set for yourself, on removing those obstacles. So what would happen?
Yeah.
So now, having set the options, the different options you have, what you wanted to exactly do, pick one of it which you think close to you, which you think is implementable. So pick one action of this which you want to implement.
Just one action.
Just one action. The key thing is, the one action which you want to immediately implement in the next 1 week.
Yes, sir.
1 week.
Closely follow the budget.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
People who are not making the budget, the first section will be start making it.
Yeah. Good. It's a good reflection, Mr. Anand. So on a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, how committed are you to do this action, which you have said, in the next week, this is what I'm going to do. So how do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? What are you going to do? Yep, I think Bhuvna, from my side, I think it's done. I think it's all my net worth as on date. It's for people to fill, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm stop sharing.
Thank you, Sai. Thank you very much. So give me a quick feedback. We were experimenting with to the rest of y'all. You can put on the chat box. So what we really wanted to do with this particular session was that we wanted you to commit to some action. Start taking some kind of an action so that we can move ahead. It can't be anything that you pick. You could have picked it up from the session. You could have picked it up from other conversations or what feedback that people gave. So it could have been anything. So that was the idea of picking this up. And what is important is that we stay accountable to somebody that that tells us whether we're staying on track or whether we're actually making some progress. So what we're thinking is that how about we have an accountability partner here within us. So we are about 36 people here. We're about 40 odd people here who are looking at taking some action. Would it help you to have an accountability partner with who you can discuss this one-on-one, share your notes and see how that one goes? Would that help? Or would you like to be in smaller groups so we can maybe connect? I know now we've run out of time and, our estimation of time was a little off the track today. But would it help to get into smaller groups here and, have this accountability going? Give me a quick idea on the chat. I'm happy to listen to your feedback. Put it on the chat, please. Yeah. Both ideas are good. Okay. Have a smaller group. Okay. So some people are saying have a smaller group, have a small group. Group of 3, I would suggest. Okay. Small group. Okay, great. Okay. So,
and the sadhana.
Yeah, can you see yourself? Yeah. Okay. So, Dr. Okay, now, no. So you're not going to pick your groups. I'm sorry. So you're not going to pick your own groups. Dr. AVS and me, Mr. Narayan doesn't work that way. So you're not going to be able to pick your groups. I'm going to put you on random groups. Okay, so that we get accountable. So you will just rig your way with Mr. Dr. AVS and say what you want to say. That doesn't work. So you have to be uncomfortable. Like how Sai was saying, the whole idea is to make you uncomfortable, right? So if you're feeling uncomfortable, I'm not saying that you become uncomfortable because it's important that you commit to an action, but we're making a random group. group, okay? 4-5 members in each group, and then you're getting into little catch-up sessions and seeing what actions happen. Okay, is it okay if we have one stop session in the middle of the month just to see how it's going? Is that all right? Is that all right? One middle of the month session. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. By then, maybe we can do something like a breakout room, and then you can get into smaller groups and have these conversations. Does that help? Okay, so to be part of a group, you don't have to lead any group. You have to, because you are accountable to somebody else and they are accountable to you, right? So you will all be part of the group. Okay, so you will all be part of some group. If you don't turn up, it's just your commitment to your own goal and to your own families and your communities and your goals that you've set. So if you're getting ahead on these actionables, second meeting. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, so I'm going to take some more feedback. Yeah. So I'm going to take some more feedback around all of this stuff. So I wanted to better understand, because I don't want to take too much time. We committed to something like 2 hours, and I like to stick to timing. But it's also that we don't want to go without having clear takeaways. So give me some quick feedback as to, was this even making sense to you? Did you learn anything? Are you committed to some action? How did the coaching session go? Were you able to come up with some suggestions for yourself? Were you able to come up with some actionables? So if I can have some quick shares, I'll be happy to hear, and then we can commit to something and move on. Yeah, okay, because see, this is an experiment for us. This is our first session, okay? I'm not saying we got it all right. We tried many things. So we love it to have feedback so we can do even better, because we committed to this journey and we want to, go this journey together. Yeah. Yes, so Kajal, you can share the feedback form. There's a little feedback form, but if there is anything that you guys would like to share, you can unmute yourself and share. Give me a quick, dope of a couple of takeaways from here and some answers from the session that Sai was leading as to what are some action points that you committed to yourself. Some action points that, yes, Jacob, yes, please go. Some action points that's what I want to know, some action points.
Actually, I think I pressed somewhere wrongly, but anyway, I'm happy to answer, to say. Maybe universe wants me to say something. So what I figured out is, just like people are struggling with, maybe controlling their expenses, I have been pretty sloppy in terms of letting money not doing any work. And sitting somewhere and not even knowing where it is. I mean, I know, but it's like not being given job. So I realized that the moment you have a goal, then you start allocating that particular money to that job. But so the takeaway for me is create specific goals, put the money in charge of that work.
Yeah.
So it is maybe it's one step after the managing the expense, but that's what I really noticed for me.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
Great. Thank you, Jacob. I'd love to have you around, a bit more, so you could help us and guide us along. So, anybody else would like to say some quick takeaways? I just want to a better sense of how the whole thing is going. Are we even making sense? Is this going in the direction that we want it to go? And if there's anything that we can do better than this.
Yeah, Bhuvna, can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bhuvna, the session was fantastic in the sense that it is giving the insights, the first steps, baby steps, what we need to take, the 10 pointers which you said. It is very true. We were following some of the pointers, but not all. So as said by you in the 10 pointers, then you said the budgeting and the budgeting apps. So these are very, very, I can say, baby step to be taken and should be taken. And I appreciate you for making us in a group and ahead in this.
Thank you.
Hello, Madam. Narayan here. One last word.
Yes.
See, though we know the budgeting part of it, putting it to writing down makes sense for us.
Makes sense for you? Okay, great. Amazing. I really appreciate you saying that. So if you can all put on the chat, I'd like to see all 35 chats out there saying that one action that you committed to do. I'm going to take a printout and hold you accountable. I promise that I'm going to hold you accountable. I will hold you accountable, and you will all get into groups and hold each other accountable as well. So please put it on the chat right now so we can all see. I'm not letting anybody go yet. So please put it on the chat here, that one action that you agreed to do. I'm putting mine. Yes, I take printouts of this and keep it, and then I put it on the group also. So you thought I was all very nice and sweet and all that. You see the other side of me. Okay, so please put it on the chat. Yes, make it very small steps if you can. Make it very small steps. Just it can simply be download the budget sheet and fill it up. It can just be such. So Tanvi said it beautifully. I'm going on a money date with my husband. Isn't that awesome? So that's one action. Amrita, yes, one action this week. Recreate my bigger purpose for wealth creation. Great. Okay. Less spending by credit card. Okay. We'll create a budget. So one action that you can really commit, that you committed 9 on 10, 10 on 10, that I will definitely do this action. Yes. Medha, I love that. You're saying a simple step. You're saying download the budget sheet and have clarity on the budget. That's a simple step. That's amazing. Start using Spendless app for budgeting. Amazing. Action for me, get budget tracker for November by discussing with my partner. Beautiful, Satya. Make a budget, use an app. Kajal, we need printout of all of these commitments. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Working on 10 points. Just one action, guys. Just get one action. Just one action. Create November budget and discuss it with a partner. That's amazing. That's as clear as it can get. Just get one action. Please put out one action that you agree to take in the next 1 month. That action has to be taken as app. Okay. Create 1 lakh fund. Okay. Anand, don't commit to too many things. Just do one thing. Just do one thing. Please commit to only one action. Only one action. Yes. Do I have everybody's? Do I have Vijay Topo, Vikrant, Namita, Sendil, Amna? Amna, I haven't seen your response. Amna, I haven't seen your response. Dr. Ujjwal wants to do postmortem. Do proactive. Make budget first action. Great. We'll create budget sheet. Okay. Please just share with me. We'll create budget sheet and start filling it. Okay. Create a budget for this month. Yes. Yes. Okay. Do we have everybody's, or you could also put it up on the WhatsApp group, guys? Say 40%. Okay. Write down all the obstacles. Okay. So one action could also be that you do, if in case you did not follow it step by step and Sai was taking us, or maybe I was trying to hurry him up to do it faster. Yes, you can just take a printout of that sheet and fill it up and make a written budget. Yes, Amna. Yes. So this is something that I'm going to take away with me. Couple of actions that we will be doing from now on to the next month will be that the next session we are attempting to do something on goal setting and vision boarding and visualization. So I'll come back to you shortly with the agenda for the next month. And what we will also be doing during the month is that we have about 35 people here who've committed, who've turned, and who've stayed around till the end of the session, which to me shows commitment. You know, there were 50 people to start with, there are 35 people to stay back, which shows commitment, which shows that you are committed to taking action. I'm sure you make it to the 10 crores and maybe 100 crores, like what Sai is saying. I'm going to take these 35 people. Kadil, if we can get these 35 people who are there, one screenshot of this particular page or whatever,
Yeah,
so know who it is and who's staying back, and we put them in specific smaller groups and we give them some way of accountability. So just wait in there and see what more we can have here. Very happy to hear your feedback. There's a feedback form that Kajal has shared. Just take a minute to give your feedback on that. And I'm so happy to have done this session with you. And if you have a word, just share it on the feedback, and look forward to to meeting you all again. Our next meeting is going to be on 6th of December, which is the next December month's first Sunday. It's 6th of December. So please block your calendars with having done the actions that you have committed to do. Okay, we should see progress happening on budgeting. We should see all of y'all getting to at least the first step, which is create that 1 lakh cash budget. Okay, feedback filled up. 1 lakh cash. So we keep our eyes on, focus on the baby steps also, because that is where that will take us. So budgeting is the base. Then we'll have to start taking action on moving forward. Is that okay? Sanjay says that with my better half, with the tools provided, would discuss budgeting. Yes, exciting to get back to the basics. Thanks. Very good. Please put me into the WhatsApp. Yes, Medha, we put you in the WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay, okay, great. So anything else, guys? And Diwali week coming up, right? I know budgets are going to go haywire. This is exactly the time that the budget is going to help, right? When you think this is a moment that things can get tripped up, please plan your Diwali budget beautifully. Have an amazing Diwali. Have a very safe Diwali. Don't venture out much. Have it at home. Have sweets. Take care of yourself. And thank you very much for being here. The link for the feedback is given on the chat box. Please take a minute to give your feedback so that we can construct our next session a lot more meaningfully and sensibly. Right? I hope if there's something that went wrong also, please feel free to point it out to us. We're very eager to fix it and then get on a journey that will help all of us. Yeah? That okay? Okay, so thank you very much and happy Diwali to everybody. Thank you very much for staying around till the end. And we look forward to more interactions and more conversations and smaller and accountability. Okay? Good, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bhavna. Bye.
Thank you.